Hey guys, Bandit here. Hope you're doing okay. I like to start off these videos by asking that, just because I'm genuinely curious and hope you guys are all doing okay. I'm doing well too, thank you for asking or wondering, in case you were asking or wondering. I guess I'll just cut straight to the point of this video, which is something that I've been mulling over for a long time, and those of you who follow me on Twitter, you probably kind of figured out that something like this was coming due to my recent tweets and stuff like that, so you might know where I'm going with this. But anyway, this is it's not super easy to talk about, but I feel like after the decision has been made, I will clearly need to explain myself and explain the decision to everybody who is would be interested in why I made this decision. This may seem like it's coming out of the blue, but trust me, for me, if I'm being honest, and I'm always honest with you guys, trust me on that, I've been mulling over this for a long time, but it finally just kind of came to a head when I did the GT live stream over the weekend, which, by the way, still, like, can't believe that actually happened. I still think to myself, like, wow, one day, what if I meet MatPat? And then I'm like, I actually did meet MatPat, and I streamed with him for hours and talked to him directly, which was so freaking cool, and thank you to everybody who tuned in for that. But anyway, back on subject, in that stream, as a part of that stream, I was basically reminded and convinced that this change needs to happen, and that is that I need to do away with MaskedNintendoBandit. The name. And this is for several different reasons, but the primary reason is that I no longer feel like the name reflects exactly what I'm wanting to do with this channel and the things that I'm trying to cover with this channel. And if you look at my previous videos, you'll see why I say that. The reason why this came to a head over the weekend is because remember I was saying MatPat is just a super chill and cool guy, and we chatted for hours. Well, before the stream even went live, we chatted for an entire hour just to get to know each other. And while we were chatting, he asked me how I came up with the name MaskedNintendoBandit, and I told him it's not much of a story at all, really. I was just... Once upon a time, I was a young kid who came up with the name for some reason on my personal Facebook account, mind you. And then, you know, a couple years ago when I was making this channel, I was thinking about quirky names, and that one came to mind. And I was like, okay, I'll just use that. And that's really all it is. But before he even asked that, when I was initially getting the email to be on the stream, the email that was looping me together with all of his staff members and people involved, the subject line of the email was a Nintendo Bandit for a FNAF stream. And at the time, when I read that email and when eventually I was chatting with him before the stream, I didn't really think anything of it. I mean, I've always known that my name is kind of quirky and long and, you know, unique, and people have questions about, like, why I'm named that when I cover the things that I do. But then the final, like, nail in the coffin, straw that broke the camel's back, whatever you want to call it, was in the actual stream. When he straight up asked me, and you can see this if you watch the stream, you know, well, are you going to rebrand to Masked FNAF Bandit now? And, you know, I joked back, I was like, wouldn't it be Masked Steel Wool Bandit? And it was, you know, haha, we're joking, whatever. But I think it finally just, like, clicked for me that my name really is kind of strange, and I've kind of branded myself with it and made it to where people have to genuinely ask either why I named myself that or why I'm covering what I'm covering. And those are both questions that I don't necessarily want people to ask when trying to watch my videos, because people might not even click on my videos because it's been uploaded by a Nintendo person, especially if they're trying to watch a FNAF video or an Undertale video or a Deltarune video or, coming soon, an Elden Ring video. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. But the fact that Nintendo is in my name isn't the only problem. My name is also just kind of long. It's definitely not the longest name on YouTube space. I mean, it has the same syllable count as Peanut Butter Gamer or Nintendo Black Crisis, but it is long enough to where, like, I've been asked by other creators that I've collaborated with if they can just omit my name from the title, because it takes over 20... Wait, M-I-S-K... Yeah, over 20 characters to put my name in the title. So it's really long, and people don't even know how to search for my channel. I've seen how people search my channel, and it's either like Masked Space Nintendo Space Bandit, or which isn't my channel name and could potentially hurt the search engine optimization, or just MNB, which is also not my name, etc., etc. Or they search Nintendo Black Crisis, which, you know, could go either way, I suppose. And actually, that's another point, the fact that a lot of the time I'm confused with Nintendo Black Crisis, which has been kind of a running joke for the past couple years. And actually, when I was bringing this concept up to my mods in Discord, who are all amazing friends of mine who, you know, I bounce ideas off of all the time, one of them actually brought up to me that they're pretty sure I wouldn't have even gotten to where I am now if I hadn't been confused with Nintendo Black Crisis in the early days. So, I mean, there's that, but that still doesn't change the problem of my name kind of pigeonholing me in places where I no longer want to be pigeonholed. And I could go into it a little bit more, but at this point I'm kind of rambling, so I'm just going to stop explaining why I'm doing this and start explaining what I'm going to do about it. So clearly I thought to myself, I need a rebrand, I need a rename, I need to redo my banners, I need to redo the way that I appear on the internet. But there were things I did not want to do away with, one of which, and primarily, was the namesake of Bandit. Because I am Bandit, that's who I am. I don't think I'm ever going to not be Bandit. But given that I'm not trying to do away with the name Bandit, how then was I going to redo my name into something that would reflect my content? I went over all sorts of things like Bandit's Hideout, or just Masked Bandit, or just Bandit, just Bandit. And all of them either looked visually weird, or just didn't feel right, or was just missing something. So eventually I came up with Bandit Games. And the more that I say it to myself, the more I like it, to be honest with you. Because my two channels will now be Bandit Games and Bandit Plays. One will be about the scripted lore videos, and the other will be about the unscripted gameplay, let's plays, and stuff like that. So more lore-based and then more personality-based. Bandit Games and Bandit Plays. And I kind of really like it, to be honest. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I need to explain myself to myself, honestly, because this is really sad for me and hard to talk about, because the name MaskedNintendoBandit is so nostalgic for me, and it is the name. Sorry, it's a little dusty. I haven't wiped it down in a while, but as you can see, that doesn't say Bandit Games, that says MaskedNintendoBandit. So this will always be my first name, and it'll always be so special to me. And I'm sure for those of you who have followed me for a while and who might enjoy me in addition to my content, it's going to be kind of nostalgic for you too, and it's going to be kind of sad for you too. So I just wanted to make this video explaining what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. And before I end, I'm going to answer just a quick few questions that I think some of you might have. The first of which is, does this mean I'm not going to be covering Zelda anymore? And let me answer that real quick. In the first place, I never had Zelda in my name, yet I still covered Zelda. And in the second place, out of all of the franchises that I love and will be covering because I love them, because recently my mindset has been like, you know, I'll play these other games and I'll have a question about lore or something like that, and I'll search online and like nobody's covered what I'm searching for, and then I'll think to myself, well, why don't I just cover that? And that's the primary reason for my branching out into these other franchises. But of all the franchises that I love to play and that I do play, on the top will always be The Legend of Zelda. That is the franchise that has shaped who I am. I mean, do you see my background? Do you see that little Link doll right there? You see my Nintendo 64? You see my map of Hyrule? You see my custom Link art that one of my friends made for me? Do you see my shirt? Huh? You see my shirt? You see my mug? My dog's name is Ganon. So clearly, I'm not going to stop covering Zelda. Zelda's always going to have a huge presence on the channel. It's just that I need to make room, and I need to clear expectations so that I can cover whatever I want to cover without misleading anybody or disappointing anybody. And the other question, I'm sure, is when are these changes going to be going live? Because I'm sure you noticed my channel is still called MaskedNintendoBandit. That's a good question. I am going to be going live with this when I can go live with the entire rebrand, which is going to include new cover art, or I'm sorry, new banner art. I don't know if it's a cover or banner, whatever. New banner art. I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep the same profile picture, but you know, if the banner just looks super different, then I might redo the profile picture as well. But I haven't decided on that just yet. But that is when I'm going to go live with the new name and all that stuff, because I have these ideas for some quirky, kind of cool looking banner art pieces that I'm really excited for you guys to see. But obviously, I am not talented enough in two-dimensional art to make that stuff myself, so I'm working with some fantastic artists on Twitter and Instagram, talking to some of them, trying to get some art commissioned for the channel. Anyway, that'll be going live hopefully within the next like week or two before I start doing like Elden Ring stuff. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that covers everything I wanted to talk about. Pretty sure. I could definitely be forgetting something right now, but if I think of something else, I'll put it in like a comment below. And if you guys have questions for me about the channel, please put it in the comments below. Ultimately, this is not going to really have any huge effect on the content that I make. I'm still going to do primarily theories, I'm going to do lore dives, I'm going to do top 10s, I'm going to do, potentially reviews in the future. All sorts of scripted content is going to happen right here. It's just going to happen on Bandit Plays. Hey guys, Future Editing Bandit here. I made a mistake in the video. I did not mean that it's going to be happening on Bandit Plays. I meant to say Bandit Games. Okay, here's Future Editing Bandit signing out instead of MaskedNintendoBandit. Cool. Not a big deal, unless you're me and you're really sappy and emotional and connected to the original name. So I probably just made this video to pep talk myself into doing it, ultimately. But anyway, just wanted to upload this for anybody else who might also be interested in why I'm doing this sort of thing. That's it. That's all. So thank you guys so much for continuing to watch my stuff. Leave a like on this video if you enjoy the direction I'm going, or leave a dislike if you don't, just so I kind of know the consensus out there. And subscribe if you haven't already for all the cool stuff that we are going to be making on this channel together, you and I. That's all I've got for this one, so as always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. This is Bandit. Looking forward to seeing you next time and signing out. Peace!
What's up everyone, Masked Nintendo Bandit here, bringing you a theory video, and this one's about Zelda, which just happens to be my favorite subject, by the way. I mean, I could make a whole video dedicated